In August 2009, Randeep Singh Surjewala. In August 2009, Brajesh Mishra, former National Security Advisor to Vajpayee, made the claim that Advani was party to the NDA government's unanimous decision to release terrorists in exchange for 160 hostages during IC 814. What did the Congress party do? You pounced on Brajesh Mishra's claim. All hell broke loose. Oh, the BJP government has been totally and thoroughly exposed. The Vajpayee government must answer. Advani has been economical with the truth. Now tell me, that having been your precedent, Mr. Surjewala, why are you cribbing when another PMO ex-official makes claims on another Prime Minister or another ruling party politician?
Arnab, to begin with, the whole world knows that Bharatiya Janata Party, not only Shri Lal Krishna Advani ji, but the entire BJP government was instrumental in releasing terrorists in Kandahar, which was a matter of shame for any democratically elected government across the world. The way they kneed down to terrorism is a story of another debate at another time.
No. The issue was that Advani. You said Advani must inform the nation as to why he chose to be economical with the truth. And the reason I'm picking this up is not, Mr. Surjewala, for the nuances of IC 814. The issue I'm picking this up is when another PMO official, right, after ceasing to be in PMO, reveals something about what was happening in the PMO. You believed him. You believed him, Mr. Surjewala, but you do not believe Sanjaya Baru. Why are you changing your position depending on who's making the revelation?
Well, let's not compare Brajesh Mishraji's position to Sanjaya Baru's position. One was political advisor to Prime Minister, and we all knew the impact on policy decisions he made. It's and a media advisor to the Prime Minister. None less the fact is that Mr. Sanjaya Baru is nothing but an out-of-work, disgruntled turncoat who's selling canards to sell his book. Nothing more than that.
Okay, fine. Don't compare. Swapan Dasgupta, let's get you in. Don't compare Sanjaya Baru and Brajesh Mishra. Okay, fine, to a certain extent understood, but the rest of the expletives which have been used here, the other compliments which he has thrown Sanjaya Baru's way, Swapan Dasgupta, is Sanjaya Baru completely unbelievable, as the Congress party spokesperson says?
See, I mean, if someone says that Brajesh Mishra occupied a position much loftier than Sanjaya Baru, that's not difficult to believe. Yes, Brajesh Mishra did. But the point is, this is an interesting thing. This is not a book, and I've read about 3/4 of it, which is really a replica of M.O. Mathai's infamous revelations of the Nehru household. This is not a salacious gossip-mongering thing. This sets out to be a rather serious study. In fact, a very kind and flattering study of the Manmohan Singh years as perceived by a man who worked for Manmohan Singh, who owed his primary responsibility to Manmohan Singh. If there are revelations, they come across as an incidental outcome of this. And naturally, I think the media is quite right to pounce on it. I think equally the Congress is quite right, is quite entitled to believe that the timing constitutes an act of betrayal. There are also ethical issues involved. Is should a person who knows, should he tell?
What's betrayal?
When did he tell? When should he tell?
Where's the betrayal?
But that doesn't distract. I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, I said, where's the betrayal here? A former official chooses to reveal.
No, there's no betrayal.
It happens the world over.
No, I'm not saying there is any betrayal. There is no betrayal. There is no betrayal.
Swapan has now changed.
I think that what is important as far as we outsiders are concerned, is that we have got a certain insight into the functionings of the PMO in Manmohan Singh's time, and we have got certain revelations as to what extent the Prime Minister was an independent agent, or to what extent the Prime Minister was captive to higher powers.
No, I wonder.
Now, if there are higher powers than the Prime Minister, I think it's a cause of concern.
It's a big issue.
And I think there is a political message. For a long time, the Congress has been trying somehow to distance the legacy of UPA-II in particular from the future under Rahul Gandhi. Now, this book would say that there is really no difference.
That's an interesting point.
The Congress sets out to Rahul Gandhi is actually a continuum of the UPA-II.
Draws a link.
Because it was the Gandhis who controlled it.
Fine. Opening up the debate. By the way, anyone feel free to come in. TSR Subramaniam, Sudhanshu Trivedi, Vinod Mehta. Don't say I held you back. Because the question here is, Swapan Dasgupta raises a fantastic argument. He says the Congress party is getting so touchy. And I must say, look at the kind of language used. Look at the language used. Turncoat.
Arnab, while I can understand
No, betrayal, greed, ambition, sensationalism, political gossip. You know, look at the language used by both the Congress. Are you getting touchy because... allow me to complete. Are you getting touchy because a line is drawn between the UPA-II government and the Congress party? You're getting touchy for that reason. You're not defending Manmohan Singh. You're defending your party tonight.
While I can understand Swapan's anxiety to carry the dialogue further and even change his stance midway at your propping, when he said it was an act of betrayal and then changed his stance on air, all that I want to point out that it is same Mr. Baru who left Prime Minister's office in 2008 thinking UPA is not coming back to power in 2009, returned to claim his job in 2009.
No, let me correct you.
Wait for 5 years. And we all know his current proximity from extreme left to extreme right. And raises claims.
So anyone,
absolute rubbish.
Anyone who questions you is a BJP man.
So
anyone who questions you is a BJP man.
And whose agenda in BJP is trying to serve.
This is the problem. This is the problem, that anyone who questions you becomes a BJP man, becomes a right-winger. By the way, let me remind you, TSR Subramaniam wants to come into the debate. Please feel free. Baru writes in his book, in the context of why he was not reappointed to the position of PM's media advisor, quotes Manmohan Singh as having told him, there cannot be two centers of power, that the government is answerable to the party. He only elaborates now. Why should I not believe he was holding himself back for a while because he did not want to hurt Manmohan Singh while he was in power? Imagine this book, Mr. Surjewala, coming out a year back. Just imagine what would have happened. Okay, TSR Subramaniam, jump right in.
Yeah, because he would not, because that is the way the strategist of Mr. Narendra Modi wanted it to be.
No, you're saying Sanjaya Baru has been asked by Narendra Modi's strategists to release the book now?
Absolutely. We all know that he's gone from extreme left to extreme right. Come on. The whole world knows he has been seen in their company. And we all know at whose instance is he acting and whose political agenda he is implementing.
Oh, come on.
And let me tell you,
Sudhanshu Trivedi.
RK Singh remained Home Secretary of India, did not find anything wrong. The day he joins BJP,
Sir, I'm sorry.
He finds everything wrong with Home Ministry. Mr. VK Singh does the same thing with armed forces. Many other people in the Foreign Service do that. Moment they acquire membership of BJP.
Sir, 1 minute.
All that we have to...
Just a minute. Remember one thing, TSR Subramaniam coming in, don't respond to what I'm about to say. But I will say it nevertheless. Point out one thing which RK Singh did, which was pro-BJP during his tenure. Point out one thing which Sanjaya Baru did in his tenure, which was pro-BJP. Point out one thing which Hardeep Puri did during his tenure in New York and elsewhere as a diplomat, which was pro-BJP. So that's my counter question to you. TSR Subramaniam coming in. Vinod Mehta, I know you want to come in Sanjaya Baru's defense tonight. And Sudhanshu Trivedi, you're listening very patiently to Mr. Surjewala. I must admire your patience. TSR Subramaniam.
Arnab, I know when I say the name of the game is shoot the messenger. I suppose we have to wait till tomorrow when PC Parak's book come out. He will also be painted now as a BJP person. I think we have to wait for 24 hours for that. But I think let us now forget the timing. And also about Baru, I don't know him very well, but I believe he has a very decent kind of reputation. I could be wrong. That's not the point here. The point here is both what Baru says and tomorrow what Parak says is something nearly every insider has known for the last 3, 4, 5 years. I think there's not one sentence that we did not know. We are in daily touch with secretaries to government, ministers, etc., and we know exactly what is happening here. In fact, tomorrow you will see Parak using the word. He was a completely helpless person, caught completely around a situation which he didn't know what to do with. Is the kind of word that you will see tomorrow now. Now the point here is that the larger issue is this, that if you have a principal secretary who is who has been secretary to a political chief and no particular major experience in defense or home or finance or chief secretary in the state, main experience being a private secretary to a political chief coming here, and the allegation is made that information is going out. The question of the importance of the oath of office, where we have to draw a clear distinction between the secretariat, the government on the one side and the political party on the other, and the file is sacrosanct. What is it? And the oath of office doesn't talk of file alone. It talks of contents of a file. I think questions have been raised which have very deep implications for governance. We should not be carried away by the minor point of this book, salacious 1, 2, 3, 4. There are larger issues. Now, are we now going to say government is now going to be run from households? Is it going to be true of DMK, ADMK, or SP, or the house?
Which households? Which households?
Is that going to be the system that we're going to have here?
What households?
These questions need to be answered.
What households? What households? Elaborate. What households? So that
the allegation in the book is that there was a regular interaction of information between the party chief and the PMO. That's the allegation there.
But if he knew this, and Sudhanshu Trivedi, if he knew all this, why didn't he reveal this earlier? It is so important, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, just understand the consequences of this information. It's not just the consequence of this information, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, is that the country has been discussing scam after scam after scam after scam, right? If he knew that many of the files, by which I also assume the files of the 2G scam and all the other scams were therefore important scams, we need to ask whether they were also cleared by 10 Janpath. Then why did he not talk about this earlier? Remember this disclosure, if officially proven or made part of an investigation, Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi turns the head around in the investigation of some of the most important and damaging issues of the UPA-II government. Why don't you question Sanjaya Baru on why he was quiet so far? Just because he serves your purpose now? Just because he's useful to you now?
No, actually what Mr. Sanjaya Baru has said.
No. Surjewala says you asked him.
There are two things in politics.
Surjewala says Narendra Modi strategist asked him to release the book now.
What Mr. Sanjaya Baru has said is nothing but the popular perception in the common masses of the country.
No, but why didn't he say it earlier?
That Dr. Manmohan Singh is being installed in the chair just for...
No, but why didn't he say it earlier? Why didn't he say it earlier?
Now the thing is coming in reality.
No, why didn't he say it earlier? Why didn't he reveal it earlier? Why has he revealed this right between two important... You see, this book comes out, the experts of the book come out between phases of polling. Mr. Surjewala says to you that Narendra Modi strategist asked Sanjaya Baru to reveal this information now. Why are you deflecting that question? You have no answer to Surjewala.
Actually, what Mr. Surjewala is saying, that Mr. Sanjaya Baru has turned from extreme left to extreme right. Then he was putting question on Mr. R K Singh, Mr. Hardeep Puri and General V K Singh. Everybody is turning right because this is the right time
to
again
take the country
in a right way.
Again you're dodging.
He's
not saying that.
He's
not. He is saying, why did you reveal this now? And I'm also asking you today, imagine if the CBI, while investigating Mr. Sudhanshu Trivedi, understand the responsibility of an individual to the nation. That individual is surely aware that the investigation going on prima facie, if there is an unwritten link between 7 RCR and 10 Janpath, they say, and that person has information about that. Why has that person not shared that information in the public domain? If he had to share that information, would the investigation into the 2G scam or the Colgate or any other scam not take a completely different turn? Who was he protecting by not revealing the information till now? And who is he benefiting, therefore, by revealing the information now? Mr. Trivedi, I'm giving you a second opportunity to respond to Sudhanshu.
Arnab, shouldn't you be
If
asking
at all the answer is to be given, the
Arnab,
answer should be given by Mr. Sanjay Baru or by the Prime Minister himself.
I should ask the question to
Whose
Dr.
media
Baru.
advisor was he?
I should ask the question
We
to
are
Dr.
not
Baru.
here the spokesperson of Mr. Sanjay Baru.
No, why have you not
Mr.
spoken?
Sanjay Baru has expressed something. He was having
why
no
now?
affiliation with BJP. If at all he was having some affiliation, it was with the Congress Party's president.
No, why
Sorry,
now?
Congress Party's Prime Minister.
Why now?
So if you want to ask the question as an individual, the question should be asked to Mr. Sanjay Baru. If as an institution, the question should be asked to PMO. Where does BJP comes in the picture?
But BJP comes
Just
in the picture because you're taking political mileage out of this. 1 second.
Somehow puts the
Mr. Surjewala.
PMO in an awkward position, which in turn benefits the BJP by such a, you can say, roundabout logic. BJP cannot be put in the docks.
Why shouldn't it be put in the dock? I mean, you have latched on to the claims made by Sanjay Baru with respect to the undermining of the Prime Minister's authority. Why don't you or why?
I would like to mention one thing.
No, why don't you or
Mr.
Swapan
Sanjay
Dasgupta
Baru
for that matter?
PMO
No, Swapan Dasgupta has read the book.
2008.
No, one second.
In
Swapan
2006 and 7, there was a letter issued by PMO to all the ministries in which it was requested by the ministries while taking their decision, they must take into confidence the PMO.
Have you answered Surjewala's question? No.
Ministries were taking the decision by taking into confidence by whom? It
You
was a written document of 2006.
Mr. Trivedi, he threw such a big allegation at you.
It means what Mr. Sanjay Baru has said.
He threw
Is
such a
this
big allegation at you. You're not even responding to
of that period.
You're not even responding. He threw such a big allegation directly at you.
That, Arnab, is because Mr. Sanjay Baru for last few years has been seen in the company of some of the topmost leadership of BJP.
Has been seen?
And that's a fact that is widely known to you, including many
has
other
been
friends
seen.
of the media. And
What do you mean has been seen? Swapan Dasgupta response has been seen. No, 1 second. Watch it. Swapan Dasgupta, Randeep Surjewala says has been seen.
I also want to make
No, counter question from Swapan Dasgupta. Counter question.
I mean,
is it
what
not
are you making out?
available? Is it, can the party
Narendra
not
Modi is
tell
some
the government
Mogambo.
which
His
policy
tentacles
to
reach into
implement?
every part.
After all, both in UPA-I and UPA-II, Mr. Swapan Dasgupta, it is the Indian National Congress that was voted to power based on a manifesto, based on policies. Does the party
A genuinely good Sunday evening line.
Right to guide the
genuinely good. By the way, 1 second. Mr. Surjewala.
We do not get governed by RSS from Nagpur like the Bharatiya Janata Party does.
Now, Mr. Surjewala, by the way, 1 second. By the way, Mr. Surjewala, fantastic Sunday evening Newshour Debate line. And the prize for the best line goes to Swapan Dasgupta unless Vinod Mehta is going to give us a better line. Swapan Dasgupta's winning line tonight is Mr. Narendra Modi Mogambo, whose tentacles spread all over? I'd like him to respond. What were you saying? Make the comparison. Please go ahead. It beats the line. So Vinod Mehta, you see the other line was the BJP line, which was competing with Swapan Dasgupta's, which was picking up from a Jagjit Singh ghazal. In the context of the personal attack, said, "Baat niklegi to dur talak jayegi." But Swapan Dasgupta wins. Yes, 1 second. Vinod Mehta, why do you want to come in? Yes, go ahead.
Arnab, can I just get a little...
No, which side are you on, first of all?
I think that... Well, I'm on my side, Arnab. I'm on my side. Now, I would be the last person to defend the Prime Minister. And I would be the last person to say that he's a very strong Prime Minister. But we've heard Sanjay Baru's side of the story. But I think we must balance it with the other side of the story.
But the other side is not speaking.
The other side of the story is what the part... No, but I'm telling you a little bit about what the other side is saying. Please listen. What the other side of the story is that the Congress party always thought that Sanjay Baru was a BJP sympathizer in the PMO.
Oh, come on.
Just a couple of months before 2004... 1 minute, please. Just a couple of months before the 2004 shock victory, Mr. Baru wrote an article in the Indian Express saying that Vajpayee was very much like Nehru, if not better than Nehru. So Mr. Baru was seen in the party as a troublemaker, as a mischief maker, and someone who was trying to create friction between the PMO and the Congress President. There were many occasions between 2004 and 2008 when the party wanted Sanjay Baru sacked. It was on Sonia Gandhi's intervention that the sacking was stopped because Mrs. Gandhi said that the Prime Minister has 3 daughters and he doesn't have.
What's the relevance of all this to now? No, that's
Baru
gossip in Lutyens Delhi. That's Lutyens Delhi gossip. What is the relevance of all that to now?
But what I am telling you is, in the party he was viewed with great suspicion, and that he had a one-point agenda of trying
The question today is deeper.
How do you know? My gossip, it's my gossip versus Sanjay Baru's gossip. So if you listen to Sanjay Baru's gossip, you should listen to my gossip.
Vinod Mehta. Vinod Mehta, your gossip was...
Arnab, I think, you know, in his book, Sanjay Baru also mentions that Vinod Mehta was a particularly malleable and easily impressionable editor.
1 second, let me check that out.
At the end of the day, always followed the Congress High Command.
I know Swapan's anxiety.
Is that also high? I'm not going to treat that with the same amount of deference.
Line, but Swapan, in your anxiety to continue to sort of project Mr. Modi as one-stop solution for all ills, we cannot berate or belittle a senior editor like Mr. Mehta, and he rightfully says, Arnab, that what Mr.
You appointed Sanjay Baru. I'm just quoting from the book.
Mehta, who's a seasoned editor, says is
you see, Mr. Mehta has been belittled just as Sonia Gandhi has been belittled. Mr. Mehta belongs to the same league as Sonia Gandhi.
Being made by Mr. Mehta.
Arnab, I am not the issue. I know you're not the issue.
Vinod Mehta. This is Vinod Mehta says, 1 second. Vinod Mehta, now I didn't know this.
No, Vinod is not the issue. I agree, Vinod is not the issue. But Baru is also not the issue.
No, but Swapan Dasgupta.
Time of the working of the
Swapan Dasgupta, 1 minute. Swapan Dasgupta, let me...
Mr. Baru's book.
1 second.
Even Mr. Mehta, that's classical way in which we are treating this entire debate.
Okay, not with the intention of provoking Vinod Mehta, who I like very much. Is Vinod Mehta hitting back at Sanjay Baru on Newshour tonight?
Today
1 second.
Sunday evening, you've got 1 month left.
We've strayed completely. I've taken a 2-minute break. This is no. We are going to
use the book. No, 1 second. Please, Narendra Modi. Why are you fighting this election?
The issue is no. The issue is very serious.
One of the senior most editors. Now by using Baru...
No, 1 second. So Mr. Surjewala, let me take a 2-minute break. Vinod Mehta is eminently capable of defending himself. He's not the issue. He only has a bad habit of becoming the issue. He's not the issue, I admit. But Vinod Mehta has a bad habit. He becomes the issue in a most unplanned manner. The question is serious on the Newshour tonight. And the question is that Digvijay Singh told the world in May 2013 that there is a dual power center theory. He said Manmohan Singh is in power center in governance and Sonia Gandhi in political affairs. Sanjay Baru's book reveals that Sonia Gandhi was the power center both in governance and political affairs. Why should we crucify Sanjay Baru for speaking the truth? I'm back in if it is the truth. If it is the truth. I'm back in 3 minutes on the other side tonight.
This is Times Now, Super Prime Time.
The issue is serious. How do we know that the Official Secrets Act was not violated by the sharing of files, Mr. Surjewala?
Arnab, I think none less than the Prime Minister himself has clarified that the allegations levelled by Mr. Baru, including sharing of files, are preposterous. They are he's just minting fiction and are untrue.
In this case, he's the accused, so he's going to defend himself. Why should we believe him?
No. Oh, this is the Prime Minister. This is the Prime Minister's word against a person who was terminated Media Advisor, whom Prime Minister refused to keep.
Sudhanshu Trivedi, Swapan Dasgupta is the Prime Minister's word. Take it at face value. TSR Subramaniam. Prime Minister's word. Take it at face value. Who's responding to that? TSR Subramaniam is. Yes, Mr. Subramaniam. Prime Minister's word.
Arnab, the issue here is the credibility of what Baru says. I think when somebody writes a book about Baru, we can discuss Baru. Today we have to discuss the Prime Minister because the book is about the Prime Minister. Firstly, for me, what the book says tallies with a lot of information that I have from many other sources by and large, even if I did not know all the issues or all the details, number one. Number two, the larger question is issue of responsibility and authority. Who has the authority to take decisions and who takes the responsibility? Number two. Number three, we have had issues on policy and petroleum, policy on mining, policy on so many other areas where the suspicion has been that extra constitutional authorities have come in and gone.
Exactly. So that needs a clarification.
I think I think a bland denial is not enough. If, for example, some junior official, either in PMO
responding. Mr. Surjewala is responding. No, 1 second. By the way, I'd like to add here, Sanjay Baru has not specifically referred to the type of files being cleared by the Prime Minister. But you consider the type of files that fall directly under the PMO. Defense-related issues, proposals for appointment of Indian heads of mission abroad, judicial appointments, policy matters regarding civil services, special packages to be announced. I mean, civilian defense issues, decorations for which a presidential approval is required. I mean, the issues that come under the PMO are extremely sensitive. I don't think the chairperson of the NAC is entitled to look at them, Mr. Surjewala. Swapan Dasgupta, I know, Mr. Surjewala, you want to respond, and you have to leave in 5 minutes. But Mr. Swapan Dasgupta, is it therefore not a serious issue?
What you are saying, I completely concur, Arnab, with what you are saying. However, none less than the Prime Minister of India has clarified that.
But why should we take his clarification for it?
A disgruntled, terminated official of Prime Minister's office.
Who do I know?
Trying to now serve his new masters.
Swapan Dasgupta.
Say what evidence does he have? What basis he has to level such fruitless, baseless allegations?
Then sue him. It's a serious issue. Sue him. Then take him to court.
No.
Sue him.
The only thing is,
Sudhanshu Trivedi is
the
responding.
party would always have the right to guide the government on a
Sudhanshu Trivedi and Swapan Dasgupta are both responding. First, Sudhanshu Trivedi, 1 minute.
And will always
Sudhanshu Trivedi.
Actually, the dual power center in the UPA government is a proven fact. As you have mentioned, Mr. Digvijay Singh has also accepted. And the pathetic situation in which the country has come is because of this dual power center, because it is always an established fact in the history. Like the Britishers during the Mir Jafar's regime in Bengal, by this diarchy they have bring the disaster to the India, so the UPA has done this. So this is nothing significant which has come on the surface. It is useless to talk on this issue. I would like to ask just one question to Mr. Surjewala. During his entire tenure of 10 years of UPA, who was the leader? Manmohan Singh or Sonia Gandhi? Have they ever taken the name that Manmohan Singh is a leader? Ever given a credit to Manmohan Singh on any of the policy?
Oh, come on, don't bat for Manmohan Singh.
By Mr. Rahul Gandhi,
if Manmohan Singh believes,
or ordering him in Talkatona Stadium. So whatever has been written is clearly, explicitly in front of the people.
Three times, Mr. Surjewala says the Prime Minister has explained. The Prime Minister has given his word for it. Well, the Prime Minister also said there were no scams. The Prime Minister also felt Ashwini Kumar was not wrong, should not have been sacked, till Sonia Gandhi drove in and told him otherwise. The Prime Minister was refusing to take action against Pawan Kumar Bansal, till Sonia Gandhi came and told him otherwise. The Prime Minister never answered a question, on the Devas ISRO scam. He never acknowledged there was anything wrong. The Prime Minister never acknowledged government responsibility in the CWG scam. How can you now say the Prime Minister has spoken? And in other words, you are saying the Prime Minister has 4 weeks, let him off. That's what you seem to be saying, Mr. Surjewala.
Prime Minister is a person who is a man of impeccable integrity, of impeccable knowledge, and is
this is not about his knowledge.
The world over.
This is not about his knowledge or his integrity.
Word of a terminated media advisor vis-a-vis the Prime Minister of India.
Okay, now, Mr. Surjewala, your point is taken. 2 questions coming your way.
As far as guiding the government is concerned, on policy,
what's a counter question from Swapan Dasgupta?
The government will always continue to
Swapan Dasgupta.
Swapan Dasgupta. This is not the Haryana Assembly. Don't shout it down.
Swapan Dasgupta.
Please, let the others speak.
You are angry
you see, what I find very significant is... No. relax. This is a Sunday evening, as I keep telling you.
I mean,
what is very significant, which is very significant.
Well known, and I respect that.
Okay, now similarly, I understand that you have an unenviable job tonight. But let's look at it. There has been a low-level functionary of the Prime Minister's office which has read out saying that this is a highly coloured work of fiction. What I want to know is this the last word? Does Mr. Manmohan Singh agree with this or not? If it is serious enough, a grave charge has been laid. Mr. Manmohan Singh, it is obligatory on his to actually clarify matters. Number one. Number two, throughout his book, Dr. Baru mentions the fact that he wrote this book with the knowledge and perhaps without any objection from Dr. Manmohan Singh, who knew that such a book was being written.
Okay. That's a new angle.
In the acknowledgements of the book,
now you are being more loyal than Sanjaya Baru also.
In the acknowledgements to the book,
Sanjaya Baru.
he acknowledges Dr. Manmohan Singh.
Suggested so.
So am I to assume Mr. Surjewala,
as a work of cheap fiction?
Mr. Surjewala, am I to assume that the so-called RSS plan, the so-called Modi agent who set him out to do this is actually, you are alluding to speak. You should not take Dr. Baru's word as cast in stone. I think Mr. Baru, if I use it advisedly, is quite a dubious character. And during his 4 years in office, his one-point agenda, which was the worst kept secret in town, was to spread fiction, create fiction between the Prime Minister and the Congress President.
On whose instructions?
He largely succeeded.
On whose instructions? Why should he?
Please. Can I just finish? And what I'm trying to say is there is Dr. Baru's version of events, what happened in the PMO. But I don't believe that they are the gospel truth. That Mr. Baru's is a very self-serving kind of document. And I think we should read between the lines. Some part may be true, some part may not be true. But to assume that it is some kind of Bible, I think that's preposterous.
You and he didn't get along.
Hello?
I say you and he didn't get along. He makes negative references to you as well. But that's not the issue again. The fact is you are saying that Baru is not the last word. But can Manmohan Singh be the last word?
Yeah, absolutely.
Can Manmohan Singh be the last word?
Well, between Dr. Baru's word, Arnab, between Manmohan's word and Baru's word, I'd put my money on Manmohan's word.
Yeah, but we haven't heard one word from Manmohan. That's the problem.
Arnab,
but he said that it's
himself and his office has issued a categorical statement. And I don't think so they can be something more precise than two statements issued by Prime Minister's office.
What we'll do is...
Mr. Baru has only minted cheap fiction.
In that book, it's quite clearly mentioned that
Mr.
Surjewala also mentioned that Mr. Ahmed Patel used to draft statements and give it to the Prime Minister's office.
I think he's seriously mistaken because Mr. Modi and BJP is likely to dump him post this election after using him.
No, are you worried that Baru may be used as some kind of a witness for what was going on in government at that time? I don't know if you noticed, Mr. Surjewala, but in debate number 1, Meenakshi Lekhi came and said...
Let him go ahead and depose anywhere he wants to.
No, she said we are going to set up an accountability commission, which seemed to be an overall, some other panelists said this is a threat.
I think what Baru has said is not completely incorrect. He has made various allegations, but we should weigh those allegations against who Mr. Baru is.
Who was denied a job when he wanted it back in 2009
1 minute,
because he was found incompetent.
Arnab.
Yes.
Dr. Baru has made lots of allegations in this book, and I think some of them may be true. For example, I think Pulok Chatterjee was not put in the Prime Minister's office for fun. He was put there precisely to liaise between the Congress President and the PMO.
Fine.
So much of what he is saying...
So then why...
But we should also remember who Dr. Baru is.
Fine. So what I'll do is...
Dr. Baru's background.
Since I see today an earnest desire on your part, Vinod Mehta, to debate with Sanjaya Baru, who made himself unavailable today. I hope he will not be unavailable, because I am sending invitations to the Congress party, to Vinod Mehta, to the BJP and to Sanjaya Baru to debate this subject tomorrow. And I hope Sanjaya Baru will at least participate on the Monday. Okay, so you're in. We're following that up. Media request goes to the Congress party as well, to all my guests this Sunday.
Narendra Modi, isn't he the remote controller? Why Mr. Narendra Modi also? I thought he was remote controlling the whole opposition.
By the logic of Mr. Vinod Mehta.
Yeah, I called Mr. Modi also.
Well, I thank you all for joining me on debate number 2 on the...
More
the merrier. More the merrier. We're going to put Sanjaya Baru in the middle, Swapan Dasgupta on one side and Vinod Mehta on the other. And then all of Latyan's Delhi's gossip and details will come trickling out on national television, and people will watch it, because I believe
and even you will promise to remain silent. And you will promise to remain silent.
Agreed, Swapan Dasgupta.
Don't underestimate gossip. Arnab,
yes.
Don't underestimate gossip. Gossip is half truth.
When two senior journalists tell me, two people I have not had the opportunity, unfortunately, of working under. One says you keep quiet, and the other says don't underestimate gossip. People will be worried about what's going on. But thank you very much, gentlemen, for joining me on Newshour Debate number 2 tonight. Thank you.
This is Times Now, Super Prime Time.